I would like to start with the educational one. We're discussing a lot of things that are happening in business, in regulations, which usually tended to be more professional oriented. But today I would like to share something which is consumer based. And that's a pretty interesting case as for me because FCA launched a new firm checking tool that will help consumers to identify unauthorized financial services. And the reason for me to share this news that actually educating people is a quite interesting and complex process. And having the tool doesn't mean that it will be used right or it will add a lot of values for the customers. So this week, I've checked this tool. So FCA published the online checker that you have a possibility to write the company name and check what services they are authorized to provide. And funny enough, it works. But in my understanding, it gives a little bit unexpected results because I've tried to check several big banks in United Kingdom, and definitely this database already contains the scams. So I can see the names, and if you go into details of the specific company, even FCA is saying that it's a copycat, which is using the same name and trying to mislead the customers. And I think that's a pretty interesting moment to reflect a little bit back how we're doing as a platforms, as a business for educating our customers and providing them all the needed information to understand that we're acting in goodwill and that's authorized service. So
UK this year proved that they can be the pioneers in a lot of different fields. I'm talking mostly fintech and the financial world. And in our world, they demonstrated that they can be quite innovative pioneers. I mean, when all around the world, people and regulators are tried to build much more compliances and much more regulations. They did it by doing vice versa, but keeping quite a hard control on everything happening around. And this educational thing appears as a result of a need on the market because customers, final consumer, which means like individuals and not even, they have to know what is good and what's wrong, where is a fraud, where is not. Currently, the mechanisms and tools that can induce a person into fraud is so much developed that they need some kind of instruments of filtration of this fluid of different offers, financial possibilities, and so on. Unfortunately, it's not working till the end because it's just a new fresh, a new look, and it's a new product. And to be honest, I see a good product complexity here, which also Igor we discussed before shooting this session. I think it will be a quite big challenge. I don't know if it will work, but by sure, market needs such kind of things, and possibly even if this product specifically, will not be a success, it can be a pioneer in this field and possibly will appear in future some new products. What do you think about the complexity of this kind of a product, Igor?
the complexity is obvious here because educating someone when you're looking for the specific name, what it really means. So let's take, I don't know, some super neobank application, and it's running by the super neobank organization. The complexity is that as a customer, you need to be really good with understanding what you see. Because as a case that I checked, there are copycats. And we're checking the specific company, you need to understand that the same name can be appeared several times. And when you check in, you need to have background knowledge how to check that you're looking on the same company. Because we are operating with names, not the IDs of the organization, et cetera, et cetera. So it puts a specific knowledge requirement on the user who is utilizing this platform. And it potentially creates some cases when I will take a look, I will find some scam which is running by the same name, and I will report the legitimate business, which something I assume FCA is trying to go backward. Like if the legitimate business will be properly checked by the customer and it will not have any impact of the usage of the service. So usually as a product owner, I would say that we need to take a look on the success cases. Yeah, I'm finding the proper name and checking, but what if that's an edge case or negative case? I'm looking at something which is wrong, like false positive, and what are the impact on the biggest business? So in short, when we develop and design the products, what are the negative outcomes to get workflow or the usage wrong? And I think that's one of the important story here, that it potentially can increase the negative feedbacks for the legitimate business. So it's fun story to take a look and learn what is the buzzword about this tool online. I assume there are already communities who are using. And the second part, which I think really important, that those databases can be used by fraudsters. What is more convenient than just have all the financial services with all their services under one roof? And instead of scouting and checking, like, what are the names, what are the company links, what are the applications, to have a tool which is definitely giving you the search in no seconds. And then you can try to go through this list and kind of exploit them for frauding the money or IML activities, because FCA did a great job for you as provided the database. So it's pretty interesting, and that's what I would like for the product manager, always keeping in mind how we as a legitimate users are using, but does it give any advantages for the fraudsters?
This is, in our developing world where everything is moving so fast, it's very important to have such a kind of a tool. And as I mentioned previously, at least even if it'll be super complex and maybe this product will not be a big success, at least it'll open the gate and the doors to something new. And regarding something new that coming from something regional and can open doors for international is the example of Airwallex. So we are moving to the news number 2. Airwallex is now raising and succeeded to raise $8 billion. So now they're expanding to the United States. They're ready to provide services also there. To those who don't know, Airwallex is a very, very absolutely great product. It provides services for managing different accounts in different currencies instantly, simultaneously in one single platform. Very good Forex tool, very good Forex tool, I mean, for business, for companies. It's can be used as also in cooperation with some different crypto assets. It can be also used as some kind of a payment orchestration platform. Great, absolutely great product for small businesses, for medium businesses, even for enterprises, and it can provide a lot. Even the enterprise are the most core part of customers for Airwallex, as far as I see this. This is a great example how local products from far away even are developing not only in Australia or New Zealand, but also developing in Europe. And they did this with success. They have a lot of licensing here. And now they're entering on United States market, which is a huge market with huge potential. And it will bring them a lot of good opportunities. And by the way, I think we need somehow to dedicate an episode maybe in our usual podcast with you, Igor, about fintech in Australia, because Australia is absolutely astonishing regarding the initiatives, fintech initiatives and finance initiatives that are happening there. And we definitely need to look there too.
That's a good idea. So definitely next year, we're going to shoot the episode about Australia. So bear with us. And Airwallex is a great example of the digital wallet executed right. And in this case, United States market is a home base. It's an ability for them to grow the customer base with the businesses, because we all know the GPD of the United States and ability to have a hunger for well-executed financial services. So it's logical step, and valuation $8 billion provides some liquidity, and this round provides some liquidity to execute and hit the higher bar for the quality and number of the services on this platform. Let's jump into the third news, which is once again about the United Kingdom, and Bank of England publishes the business case studies on where the digital pound could add value. And it feels a little bit late, I think, because these discussions with the digital currencies about euro and pounds has been rumored and discussed for a long period of time. But I haven't seen really good cases for the usage and kind of competing with the stablecoins. So what do you think, Dmitry? Are they going to succeed, or is just the required level of the buzz that is generated by the regulators?
I think both things are, in this spot. But the most important thing is the fact that Bank of England recognized the need of this. And even if they are a little bit slower than, for example, counterparts in Europe or around the globe, England will introduce this because this is the trend right now. And to be honest, these case studies are just a check-in this bureaucratical procedures. So before launching something, you have to provide a feasibility study. This case, basically, these documents, these studies are some kind of a feasibility studies, why we need this, where it will be implemented, how it will help, and so on. Nothing new under the sun. Those documents, they prove the fact that it will increase the speed of settlements, it will increase the quality of services, mostly for instant transfers, cross-border transfers, provide more transparency. Of course, it will will increase the level of fiscal transparency, but at the same time, it provides a lot of fears in the market. And by the way, these documents also are mentioning about these fears in the market that exist customers, individuals, and legal entities who are a little bit afraid about total control. And sometimes digital pound or digital euro, whatever, can be associated with a full control from the government bodies, which is not all the time like this. And it provides, besides the fact that it's more transparent, it provides a lot of possibilities and a lot of interesting, advantages on the market. I honestly just think this is just a super simple bureaucratical step in the way of introducing this. I think the decision was already made, not only in England and also in Europe and the rest of the world. We just need to see when it will happen. What do you think, Igor? They are Bank of England will come with something super innovative on this thing with digital pound, or will just copy paste some models, existing models, or soon arriving models from other parts of the world?
I think it aligns with all the trends that we have seen this year. It basically following the market, not vice versa. It's not setting up the trends, but getting up to the speed what already happened. And we see a lot of fintechs, tier one, tier two banks adopting to the demand of the stablecoins and this new wave of how do we operate with the digital assets, including the crypto assets. So the follow-ups, I really would like to see the usage, and maybe one of the test cases for me, it will be to use the digital pound in the underground. So if I will be able to pay and then just take Jubilee line and get to the place that I want, it means that it's well adopted. So let's see the next year how the perceptions or the ideas from the white papers will get into the execution and then the real life usage, because usually what we see that there are a lot of marketing buzz right now, and that might be the case, but the best way to show the value of this approach is to make someone life easier. And if I can pay, I don't know, through the digital pound for accessing the underground or any other services that we tend to think cannot be digitalized today, that would be the case that will make everyone's lives easier.